Pete. It's a special place, DuPont Circle, the neighborhood.
Mark, thank you very much for joining us. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I do hope to see you in the upcoming future, and salute a slancha to you and vice versa.
Most definitely. We might have a pint of Guinness or a whiskey when you're up, Kevin.
I thought you'd never ask.
There you go.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much, Kevin and Sue. It's wonderful to chat to you.
Thanks for being on the Travel Planners Radio Show.
Thank you. Take care.
I could listen to him all day long. I just love that Irish twang.
And that was a beautiful property.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could have seen it. We'll have to stay there the next time we go to D.C. We're just getting started on the Travel Planners Radio Show for this week. Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. Email us anytime you like. Kevin and Sue Travel at yahoo.com. 578,000 plus views official now, so check out our YouTube site, youtube.com/Kevin and Sue Travel. Subscribe while you're there. It's free, and you get an email every time we put up a new video. Oh, we're just got all kinds of things to talk about today, so stick around.
Yes, we do.
Tell a friend to join us as well. And if you're ever away from your hometown radio station, 1590wcgo.com will do it, or go to TuneIn and find a station near you, or listen on your smartphone. Back in a moment with more of the Travel Planners Radio Show on the Gab Radio Network.
If you run a large corporation, small business, or anything in between, you need ads to help get the word out. A full page in the newspaper sounds good. A TV spot sounds even better. But let's face it, newspapers are essentially last-minute wrapping paper, and a TV spot is just expensive and basically code for bathroom break. Talk radio is different. Commercials cost practically nothing to produce, and the listeners are loyal. They like what they like, and they stay tuned in. When they hear about a new product or service during their favorite show, they can't wait to try it out for themselves so they can talk about it with their friends. And you know how radio listeners like to talk. If you want to add radio to your marketing portfolio, you need the Gab Radio Network. Gab Radio is the team of full-service experts you've been looking for, from writing to production, distribution, voiceover, and more. We make sure your spots are paired with the right shows in the right markets at the right time of day so the right people can hear. Since we're in over 100 markets across 34 states, Canada, and American Samoa, I'd say it's a pretty good place to start. If you want to know more, just email sales@gabradionetwork.com. That's sales@gabradionetwork.com.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sue McCarthy.
And we're the hosts of the Travel Planners Show.
Join us every week for 2 hours of travel fun and information.
Family travel.
Business travel.
Day trips.
One-tank trips.
Luxury travel and dining.
Deals and steals.
Tips and tricks.
Travel news.
We've got it all.
And we invite you to be a part of the show. Call in and ask a question or share your travel experience with our listeners and us.
Join us for the Travel Planners Show on the Global American Broadcasting Network. Warning, don't let your business get left behind in what is likely to be the biggest economic boom in recent history. If you need to build for your business to grow, call General Steel today for a pre-engineered steel building designed for your needs. No wasted space. Steel prices are expected to rise, but you can still lock in your price on a General Steel building. And you can still save as much as half the cost and time of conventional construction. As much as half. But you must call now. If you need a church building, office, warehouse, manufacturing space, retail space, or more, call General Steel today. You can still get the General's 50-year structural warranty and General Steel quality, all at a price you can afford. So don't let rising steel prices put your project out of reach and stop you from making your company great.
800-965-1297. 800-965-1297. 800-965-1297. That's 800-965-1297.
Daniel French here from News for You, airing every Monday through Friday. Are you tired of the left, right march of the big news companies? I am too. You know, we don't do much in the way of politics on News for You, but I do provide commentary when I think it's pertinent. Here's the good news. I've had affiliates yell at me because I'm supposedly such a die-hard Republican, and others who say I'm such an obvious liberal Democrat shill. Trust me, it's lonely here in the middle and taking fire from all sides, but I call them like I see them on News for You, right here, News for You. Daniel French here from News for You every Monday through Friday. I keep you up to date with a different take on today's news, and I may even leave you with a smile. It's News for You, a 5-minute news and commentary broadcast feature. I've had affiliates yell at me because I'm supposedly such a die-hard Republican, and others who say I'm such an obvious liberal Democrat shill. It's lonely here in the middle and taking fire from all sides. Get News for You for your station. Just email sales@gabradionetwork.com. That's sales@gabradionetwork.com.
Hi, this is Dennis Sonar Green, Director of Engineering at the Gab Radio Network. If you've missed one of our shows, you can always download it at gabradionetwork.com. While you're there, check out our 24-hour Listen Live stream so you never miss any of our great Gab programming. Give us a like, facebook.com/Gab Radio Network. Remember, you can always shoot me an email, sonar@gabradionetwork.com. Thanks for...
You're listening to the award-winning Travel Planners Radio Show with Kevin and Sue McCarthy.
Hi, I'm Samantha Brown, and you're listening to the Travel Planners Radio Show.
Getting underway on yet another Travel Planners Radio Show. Who's our next guest, Sue?
We have with us today Melody Pittman, and we met her in Texas at one of our little things that we attended, the Travel Media Showcase. And
that's not a little thing. That's a big deal.
Well,
that's where we get to meet all these people, not only travel writers, but destinations, so that we have something to talk about on the Travel Planners Radio Show.
Yeah, but I think the little place was in the back seat of the car on the way to the next destination, and we had a blast.
Yes, we did.
Welcome,
yes.
Melody.
Hello. Good to talk with you again.
Oh, our pleasure. So where have you been lately, girl?
Oh, my gosh. It's easier to say where I haven't been, but I've been a lot of places in North Carolina because I went to a travel writers conference there, so saw a lot of North Carolina.
We're going to be going there, I think. Isn't that where the big show is this year?
Yes, we're not going to the location
of
the Outer Banks, which is one of the places Melody went to, and we're going to talk about that today. What is the Outer Banks? I've heard about them forever, but have not been there.
The Outer Banks is a collection of barrier islands that's off the coast of North Carolina, and it's absolutely fantastic. You have the Sound on one side and the ocean on the other, and they're just delightful. I absolutely loved it. I'm not exactly sure of the length of the island, but I'm guessing around 91 miles.
Well, that's pretty good size.
Is it very wide, or is it a narrow?
It's pretty narrow. And for the life of me, I just can't imagine that I've spent my whole life never vacationing there because it was really that great.
Well, my son was on the RV trip around the United States, took the big 35-footer with the tow car across the ferry to the Outer Banks, and I'm thinking, gosh, I hope that's big enough. But evidently it was. Well, where did you stay, since I know you didn't have an RV? Where did you stay while you were there?
Yeah, we stayed at a seaside rental property called Danny's Place, and it had 7 bedrooms and a game room, 3-story, wraparound porches, hot tub, swimming pool. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, so there are facilities. It's not just a recreational area where you go for the day.
Right. It seems to me like it's more rental properties and maybe like small bed and breakfasts or inns than big chain hotels. That's not
nothing wrong with that.
Outer Banks.
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that.
And lots of restaurants?
Oh, my gosh, amazing restaurants. And, I live at a beach, so for me to be saying that these beach restaurants were fantastic with, like, the freshest seafood, I was just amazed. So I can't wait to write about their food.
Well, give me some examples. After traveling with us, how I like to eat.
Okay. Well, 2 of the places I went were actually on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. They were called Tortugas Lie and Ortega's Southwestern. They were both fantastic. Tortugas Lie had really gourmet hamburgers and fish bites and just really delicious. Everything was soft shell crab while I was there. That was in season, and everybody was having that. The biggest surprise for me was this place called Owen's Restaurant in Nag's Head, which just looked like a normal little restaurant. I probably wouldn't have given it a second look. And inside, they just had all these collectible dishes and all these separate rooms, and we have a smorgasbord of nothing but fantastic dishes there. I could go on seriously for an hour over how good the food was there.
That's kind of like that one we saw in Texas when we were down there, the Let's Eat. It's an old... Have you been there? That place is amazing. You would drive up to it, and unless you knew that's where you were going, you would probably just turn around and go back going,
right.
Nah, I don't think so. But when you get in and have dinner...
Right. all my friends who go to Nag's Head or go to the Outer Banks knew all about this Owen's restaurant. They were so glad that I ended up there because they loved it.
In your notes you sent us, you mentioned Diamond Shoals Restaurant. What about that? What's that?
Diamond Shoals. We went there for lunch. It was just a normal little place, little beachside restaurant, and I had this spicy tuna wrap. And, I don't think tuna salad sounds very good on a wrap, and it's spicy yellowfin tuna. It was absolutely delicious. And then they had, of course, chili shrimp. Yeah. It was very good.
Did you get to see the famous lighthouse, Cape Hatteras, while you were there?
I did, yes, and we climbed to the top of it. So after I can't remember the exact number of steps, close to 250, but it's also the tallest lighthouse in America. So as soon as we get to the top of the lighthouse, I made a Facebook Live video. And of all the Facebook Live videos I've ever done, of course, I looked pretty extreme and pretty bad after climbing, in the heat up there.
I would not do that, but yeah.
Seriously, my Facebook Live, every single person I think that I'm Facebook friends with saw that video. It was so embarrassing. Yeah. So.
Now, let me ask you, because we've not used that. When you do something live like that, then does it stay on Facebook where people can look at it?
Yes, it does.
So they don't have to be watching it
fun.
live. We'll have to try
Right,
that.
and they may not engage with it at that moment, but they'll just keep on looking at it, and the worse you look, the more attractive the video is.
Yep. You found the lost colony?
Yeah, that was so cool. I had never heard of that before. So.
Neither have I. Tell us more.
Sure. Okay, well, it's in its 80th season, and it is an outdoor drama based on the lost colony. It's at an outdoor amphitheater that's absolutely beautiful, and we were there about a week before it opened, so we got to tour the costume shop and where they're making all the props and all this sort of thing. They did a musical number for us, and I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but it's written by Pulitzer Prize-winning Paul Green, the score and everything, and that's also where Andy Griffith got his start in theater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was a cool.
Are there any communities, or are these just hotels and not hotels, B&Bs and restaurants that are along the side of the road?
No, they're all communities. We visited Duck, Manteo, Hatteras. Where else did we visit? We visited a couple other places. I can't remember the exact.
Duck is the name of a town?
Right. They're just like the little neighborhoods there.
Okay.
Is that where they have the home of the famous Duck Donuts?
Duck Donuts is in Duck, North Carolina. Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
So what's a Duck Donut?
As it was to eat them. So the Duck Donuts are like some amazing vanilla cake donut, and I guess the thought behind it is you order in one location. From a board, you pick your topping, or you pick your glaze, and you pick your decorative things and so forth, drizzles they call them, and then you go across a little way over to another building and watch them being made. They're all made like fresh, and they're beautiful, and like I said, it's just as much fun to watch them as it is to eat them. Well, maybe not that good. So.
Sounds good. And of course, for our listeners, this is also the area where the Wright brothers made their historic flights and have a memorial. You mentioned in your notes the Sanderling Resort, and we have less than a minute, so tell us quickly what that is and give us your website where we can follow things that you do.
Sure. The Sanderling Resort is a luxury resort that's absolutely amazing. It's just gone through a big renovation. The properties are beautiful. I could just go there for a week and never leave the property. There's just so much
And how can people follow your travels?
They can follow me on wherever I may roam, blog.com.
Super. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll meet you along the road somewhere again. You're listening to the Travel Planners Radio Show. Email us anytime you like, Kevin and Sue Travel at yahoo.com. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Sue McCarthy.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more of the Travel Planners Radio Show live on the Gab Radio Network.
Hey, this is Daniel French from News for You. Every Monday through Friday, I keep you up to date with a different take on today's news, and maybe I'll even leave you with a smile. It's not just news, it's News for You. If you miss it live, find me on SoundCloud. Just search Daniel French. If you're tired of the left and right-wing march of the big news companies, left, right, I am too. We don't do much in the way of politics, but I do provide commentary when I think it's pertinent on News for You, right here, Gab Radio Network. It's not just news, it's News for You.
Are you looking for something different to complete your broadcast lineup?
We have the answer. The Mike Novak Show with Peggy Malecki on the Gab Radio Network.
It's gardening and environment radio spiced with humor and fun.
Welcome to intelligent, irreverent talk about plants and the planet they grow on.
For more information, contact Kevin at gabradionetwork.com. The setup is easy. Write Kevin today and we can be on your station by next week.
Go green or go home.
Recover or Die. It's a national campaign aimed at the education and awareness of the devastating effects of opioid and heroin abuse and curbing drug addiction in the United States. Recover or Die was founded by famous recovering musicians. They've been where you are right now, and they want to spread the message of hope and recovery. So here's the deal. They're working hand in hand with addiction recovery specialists and top-tier recovery centers nationwide to help you recover and get sober. Recover or Die is embarking on a huge national outreach tour to promote anti-addiction messages through a great blend of music and education. So if you, a loved one or someone you know, has a problem with drugs or alcohol and they need help, call us right now or visit recoverordie.com. Please.
800-357-8110. 800-357-8110. That's 800-357-8110.
Of the universe. This is Monster Radio 98.5 FM and 1150 AM.
WGGH, Marianne.
Including homes in Santa Barbara County. Officials say the fire in Goleta is 80% contained. It's a dangerous situation involving the elements and time as Thai officials hope to soon attempt the rescue of 12 boys and their soccer coach trapped inside a flooded cave. Correspondent Kim Hutcherson explains one way the boys may be brought to safety.
According to a U.S. official familiar with the operation, rescuers are considering a buddy dive, sending an experienced diver to individually swim each boy out of the cave. But with more rain expected in coming days, authorities are racing time and the weather to find an escape route.
A U.S. service member was killed and 2 others wounded in an apparent insider attack in southern Afghanistan today. The incident happened at an Afghan army base. I'm Barbara Cusack.
You're never going to get as much sleep as you want. That's why you need to make every hour of sleep you do get really count. Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch. Our sheets are handcrafted from pure, fair trade, 100% organic cotton. Hundreds of thousands of Americans, including 3 U.S. presidents, sleep better than ever on Boll & Branch sheets. If you order today, we'll give you $50 off your first set of sheets with promo code RELAX, spelled BOLL and branch.com. Promo code RELAX.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Some say they're aliens from another world. But that's not true because they travel the 4 corners of the earth to let you know where to hang out, where to find the best food, the best drink, and the best time. This is the award-winning Travel Planners Radio Show with Kevin and Sue McCarthy, and they are definitely human.
Hi, I'm Colleen Kelly, host of the national PBS show Family Travel with Colleen Kelly, and you're listening to Travel Planners Radio Show.
Thank you very much for joining us, and joining us now.
We have one of my favorite states represented here today, and that's Michigan. Jenny Jensen is the Media Relations Manager for Traverse City, Michigan. Welcome to the Travel Planners Show.
What's going on
thank you
in
so
Traverse
much.
City, Jenny?
Better question is what isn't going on in Traverse City this week?
Okay.
Today is the kickoff of our 91st National Cherry Festival. It's an 8-day celebration
Do you have any
celebrating.
cherry pie?
Oh, we have cherry pie and then some. There's one thing that they do here. They'll put a whole slice of cherry pie into vanilla soft served ice cream and mix it all together. It is decadent and something that you kind of have to do every day of the festival. It is so good.
That's all I needed to hear.
So tell us a little bit about the Cherry Festival. They have music, they have floats, and what all do they have?
Yeah, there's something different going on every day, but there's also different patterns that you'll recognize throughout all of the 8 days. You can always anticipate some kind of live entertainment in the evening, big musical acts. On 4th of July, we actually have, it's called 90s Dance Party. So we have Vanilla Ice performing on stage. And this is a stage that's right on West Grand Traverse Bay. So you're getting the live entertainment, you're getting the view, and it's right there on the festival grounds as well. But that happens in the evenings. Today and tomorrow, we have our air show, and we have the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds performing for us.
Nice.
That's
really
fun.
Shakes up the town. Oh, it's so fun. And everybody just kind of comes out of the woodwork. It's really fun. All the locals come out of their houses and they're on their front yards watching the skies. And it's also a week where we anticipate about 500,000 visitors coming to check out the festival. So it's just a really fun celebratory season.
You said this runs for 8 days?
For 8 days. And when you come on in, there's about 150 different events taking place throughout those 8 days. And what's really important to us, too, in Traverse City is that we make this something that's available to all different types of families and visitors. So about 90% of those events are completely free. And it's everything from super Americana traditional, where we're going to do some cherry pit spitting or some cherry pie eating contests.
There you go, Kev.
Yeah, and believe me, that there's people that go far. We're talking like 100
face down, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good.
It might not
out
be
here,
too
but-
late. We could jump in our car. And
8 days, we can make it. Yeah, no question about it. You mentioned locals, and I understand you've got a local band that is really about to break nationally. Tell us about them.
Yeah, we were pretty stoked to hear that they want to just represent us this year. So the last day of the festival, it's July 8th, and it all culminates. It's the DTE Energy Foundation Cherry Royale Parade. And so we have several floats that come all through Front Street. This lasts about, 2.5, sometimes 3 hours. And riding on our float this year, it's the Accidentals, and they just signed on with Sony Masterworks. They played at South by Southwest, I think it was last year, and their song, Michigan and Again, has been picked up by Travel Michigan. It's just been a really fun season to watch them grow, and these are musicians who, I think they just graduated high school a few years ago. So it's pretty astounding to watch them succeed in this way. But they'll be performing live on our float, and for anybody who is watching the parade, if they snap a picture and they put it on Facebook or Instagram and use hashtag Traverse City, they're entered to win a whole swag bag of official Accidentals merchandise, including their new album, which was the one that was picked up by Sony.
Well, that sounds like fun. Now, for all of us that live in the Midwest, we have two directions to go. In the winter, we become snowbirds and head down to the Gulf Coast. In the summertime, we head north to Michigan. What's the weather like?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. What's the weather going to be like?
Yeah. What's going on? What's it like there now for your festival?
It's nice here. This season, I've been pretty, can I say, relieved. It's not as intensely hot. Today, it's a high of about 72, so super comfortable to just hang out and feel the breeze on the beach. But I think, you know what, let me just check out the weather forecast for the week ahead. Now,
and while you're doing that, I'll mention to our listeners that for us in the St. Louis area, for example, the 4th of July weekend, we're going to have a very comfortable one because it's only going to be in the mid-90s. Normally, it's 103 degrees with humidity of 99%, and it'll rain 2 or 3 times over the holiday weekend. And so, Traverse City sounds like a pretty good place to go.
Sounds good to me.
It is. Isn't it? It changes a lot. And a day, too, if you do have rain, what tends to happen is it comes for about 2 hours, it leaves, and then you have bright blue skies. So we're also very fortunate in that way. And thanks to our lake effect weather, we love that. Looking
and
at
those
the weather.
bright blue skies, you're going to have the Air Force Thunderbirds there?
Oh, you know it. Starting Monday, we have pretty much all sunshine throughout the entire National Cherry Festival. So that goes all the way up to about a high of 83 degrees midweek. So super comfortable and a fun time to just come and lay out on the beach all late days.
All right, pack some sandwiches, Sue, and I'll go fill up the car. We're on our way.
We're waiting for you.
Tell us more about Traverse City. Obviously, this is what's going on over the holiday weekend, but this is a destination year-round, is it not?
It is, yeah. 4 seasons for sure. And what's fun, right after National Cherry Festival wraps up, it's pretty much time to start popping your popcorn. We have another big festival at the end of July. It's our Traverse City Film Festival, and that's 5 days long, kind of centered around our restored State Theater downtown that Michael Moore had really been a part of that initiative. But it's so fun. A lot of different venues around town turn into a theater. So there's a big blow-up screen right there in the bay, and that's completely free with movies shown every night. Some of the schools are transformed in that way. But we also have a big celebration of wine right before then. We're up here lined on the 45th parallel. And so our say that again?
That works.
It does. It works really well, not only for growing cherries, obviously, but also grapes. We have an astounding variety of wines, vineyards, and, of course, now hops, too. We have about 15 or so microbreweries in town.
Great.
Wonderful restaurants.
Have you got a website that our listeners can go to find out more?
Oh, you know it, traversecity.com. It's all right there.
Super. Thanks for joining us, and save me a piece of pie, will you?
No problem. And maybe a scoop of ice cream, too.
Oh, yeah. Well,
go.
that's a must, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jenny, for being with us on the Travel Planners Radio Show.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more of the Travel Planners Radio Show, one of our regular features, travel news, travel tips, and more. So don't go away. This is the Travel Planners Radio Show, live on the Gab Radio Network.
This is Dr. Mitch Gibson from The Mitch and Kathy Show. Have you ever wondered why you can't talk to people about certain things? Every day we go through life holding back on what we really want to talk about. Yes, there's a lot of talk shows that give you a chance to air your opinions about politics, race relations, and a host of other topics that you're supposed to be thinking about. Well, what about those other areas that you hold back on, such as that ghost you saw when you were a kid? Those times when you travel outside your body, that UFO you can't talk about, that you saw in your backyard, those strange people that appear and disappear around you, and you know you're not crazy. On the Mitch and Kathy Show, we give you a chance to talk about stuff like that, things that you hide from the world. In this way, we consider ourselves a guilty pleasure.
Visit themitchandkathyshow.com for more information, or go to gabradionetwork.com.
Picture this. You're sitting at your computer reading the day's news. You click on the next interesting headline only to get...
You have reached this month's limit of free stories. Please enter your credit card.
A limit this week, this month, or this year. Check us out at DatelineMarion.com for local news when you want it, as often as you want it. Oh, and by the way, it's free.
My show isn't just about left and right, Democrats versus Republicans, liberals fighting conservatives. The Mike Gallagher Show's about life, family, friends, how you're going to pay for your kids' college, what information you need to get that promotion, how do you help your fellow man. It's also about standing up to power, whether that's the senator who's handing out favors to big donors or the race hustlers who divide us. Follow The Mike Gallagher Show at Facebook or Twitter at Radio Talker Mike and online at MikeOnline.com. It's The Mike Gallagher Show.
Weekday afternoons, 4 till 7 on Monster Radio, AM 1150.
If you need to move some earth, call Neat Cut Dirt Work. You've heard the Neat Cut name for years. They can do topsoil, fill dirt, tear buildings or houses down, dozer work. You name it, Neat Cut can move some earth. Neat Cut Dirt Work in Marion. Call 922-4400. 922-4400. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Neat Cut Dirt Work in Marion. 922-4400.
School may be out for the day, but that doesn't mean learning has to stop. This is Cinda Klickna, president of the Illinois Education Association. Student success depends on learning in and out of the classroom. So after that school bell rings, practice math on the way home with your child. Talk about the latest news, and take time to read together every night. Student success is a team effort.
A message from the Illinois Education Association.
Jim Bohannon. Weeknights 10 to 1
on Monster Radio AM 1150.
Some say they're aliens from another world. But that's not true because they travel the four corners of the earth to let you know where to hang out, where to find the best food, the best drink, and the best time. This is the award-winning Travel Planners Radio Show with Kevin and Sue McCarthy. And they are definitely human.
Thank you for that definition. We do appreciate that, yeah.
We are human.
I sometimes wonder, though, the schedules we have to keep.
Well, we are human, but we do believe in aliens.
Oh, of course. I wanted to say we got an email, and we're going to address that to John from WENG. So stick around, John. Don't go away. We got some information for you. We are just back from Iowa, and a road trip to Iowa. Some people say, really? And I go, yeah, no question about it. There's no reason why not to go to Iowa because first of all, it's not flat. Over along the Mississippi River, there's great rolling hills and almost miniature mountains like the Ozarks. And the countryside is just gorgeous.
You know, Kevin, speaking of the rolling hills, there are a couple of the scenic byways. And that's something, if you want to go out and just start exploring, you're not sure where to go, look at the website for scenic byways, and it'll show you all over.
Yeah, the Great
anywhere.
River Road. That goes from actually New Orleans up into Minnesota. You can follow the Mississippi River, and it's just gorgeous.
Part of our trip up there, we were on what is called the Avenue of the Saints. And I learned something I didn't know before, even though I've traveled that area a lot of times. That is St. Louis to St. Paul. Mm-hmm. I hadn't known that.
Yeah, and after 40, 50 some years, they've actually got it almost all the way 4-lane. So it's a very nice drive through eastern part of Missouri and up into Iowa.
Last week we mentioned Fort Madison area, and we're going to have a fantastic interview coming up in the second hour about the Kingsley Inn, which is located, in Fort Madison.
Beautiful.
And the old fort. Another place we visited was and talked about last week was the Dutchman's store. And Fun City is a great place to go up there, too, if you've got kids. Even if you don't have kids, adults like sliding down slides sometimes.
Water slides, yeah. Huge water park in Burlington.
Yeah, and the Milton Creamery.